So what's going to be happening is we went totally low tech here. I think the last trick I did was a little too high tech for Mr. Zomic's taste. Totally low tech, a bunch of little handwritten cards. There is something printed on the other side of these cards. But before we get to that, I'd like you, Miriam, you could even do this. If you could call on random people to unmute, and each person who you call on, just pick any 4 of the numbers that you see out there. And I'm going to move those down into this empty space over here so that they're all going to be in rows, but the order is going to be determined by those of you who are sitting here. So Miriam, why don't we start with you? Give me 4 numbers so everybody can see how it's going to work.
Okay. All right. Not a problem. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Are you going to go 9, 10, 11, 12? Okay. So this is, I'm going to take the 9. And I'm going to move it down here. And I'm going to take the 10 and move it next to the 9 and the 11 and then the 12. Pick somebody else.
Well, I would assume you want to pick a diva, right? I would guess.
Of course.
All
I
right,
mean, the answer was, of course, I was going with the
so
diva.
a diva, oh, there you go. Go right ahead.
There I go. Well, today, since we're going to do 17 for Bracha's birthday today.
Okay, hold on. 17. Whoa, they're flipping all over the place here. 17.
You invested in really large cards.
We'll do number 7.
7.
We'll do 30.
All right. I'm going to go down to the next row now.
And then we'll do number 1 because Avi Fryer is number 1 at Magic.
All right. Miriam, give me somebody else.
Well, I would assume. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, I would assume Abraham is
I was just going to say Abraham has to, of course, be the next one.
Okay, so let's do 18.
All right. Put that
26.
there. You said 26?
Yes.
He's so orthodox, this guy. 18 and 26.
13.
Bingo!
13, bar mitzvah. It's another Jewish one.
And, what's another one? And we'll do 2.
2. All right.
2 is very low tech.
Yeah.
These are all low tech. I mean, look at this handwritten, low budget.
Oh, trust me.
I know you didn't even use a Sharpie, Fryer.
Believe you me, we've been analyzing this. Trust me.
We got to increase your budget.
All right. All right. Who's next?
All right, let's mess with Andrew a little bit.
All
Andrew
right.
Gallitzer, we're going to mess with you a little bit.
Oh boy. All right. You know what Avi wants you to do. Go right ahead, Andrew.
Okay, I'm going to choose 6 for my birthday. Then I'm going to choose 19, also for my birthday, September 6th. So it actually just happened. That's why.
Oh, you're a Virgo.
And then I'll do 20 for 2020.
Oh boy. Who wants to make
And
sure?
very like Zman. A lot of things to do with times. And I guess I'll do 29 just because I see it.
Miriam, I'd like the next person to pick 3 numbers. I'm going to have Nachum pick the 4th number, and I'll explain why later.
All right, Pollock, you're on.
Oh boy.
Okay, we'll go with 14.
2 touchdowns. Lead. Yeah, that's 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
22.
7
right.
3-pointers and a free throw.
And we can go with number 3.
A 3-pointer. Pollock,
All
it's
right.
good.
Now, Nachum, this is very important. You're only getting 1 number that you get to pick. So
some people will know why I'm picking this number. I will not say why. The number is 15.
All right, I'm going to put you all the way over here separately from everything else. And now Miriam, we have a few left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So why don't you pick 2 people to give me 5 each?
Zoomer, let's go.
Zoomer's been asked to unmute.
How about 24, 25, 27, and 28,
24,
and 4.
25.
He was told to give 5 numbers.
7.
That's what I was told.
28. Yeah. And 4. And now there are 5 left, Miriam. Who's going last? Who's batting cleanup?
David Levy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for zooming in.
All right.
Okay, so we see number 21,
Okay.
23, 8, and 16.
And that's going to leave 5 for the last. All right. So we started with 30 little cards in a non-random order. They were numbered 1 to 30.
Right.
And with the help of several of you, we have now placed these cards into a completely random order.
Right.
9, 10, 11, 12 doesn't sound so random, but then 17, 7, 30, 1, 18, 26, all the way to 5.
Right.
I think we can all agree that there is no possible way I could have known what order these cards were going to end up in before we began. There's no possible way. In fact, Mr. Zamek, are you a math guy? You good with math?
I can try.
Do you know the formula you would use to figure out how many possible ways there are that we could put these cards in order?
30 factorial.
That is correct. 30 factorial, which means 30 times 29 times 28 times 27 and so on down to 1. Now, when we did the trick where I had Yoni Pollock coloring in a picture of Nachum Segal,
Which I'm looking at right now.
there were only 6 possible colors that he could have chosen.
Right.
6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equals 720.
No.
I
those-
nailed it,
right.
and
those
Mark
were-
Zamek was still unimpressed.
Right.
So I felt we needed to kick up a notch. Now, if I had gone with 10 cards as opposed to 30, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4, etc., the number we're left with is 3,628,800 different possible combinations if there were only 10 numbers here. Nachum Segal,
Yeah.
what's the average number of days in a year on the Jewish calendar?
354.
Actually, 354 is the average number on a year when there is
Oh, good
no
point.
leap year.
Right. Didn't think
If
of
you
that.
look at a full 19-year cycle, the average number of days is 365.
Oh, wow.
All right?
Mhm.
Now, we are about to celebrate 5781,
Right.
and 365 times 5781, there have been 2,110,065 days so far in the world as of Rosh Hashanah.
Wow.
I'm telling you this to put things in perspective because 2,110,065 times 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds. Since the creation of the world, when we celebrate Rosh Hashanah, our world will have been around for 182 billion, 335,881,600 seconds. Billions, unfathomable. But the number of 30 factorial, the number of possible combinations of these 30 numbers is actually that right there.
Oh, my God.
And you can fact check me. That is called a nonillion. It's 265 nonillion, and then all these commas going down after that. Now, you know how much a nonillion is? Nobody does. In fact, if you Google a nonillion, the only thing you can find that's measured in nonillions is that in 2013, they found this planet out in some other solar system called the Diamond Planet. It's twice the diameter of the Earth, and it's completely made of diamond. And somebody estimated that the value of a diamond that size would be 26.9 nonillion. That's the only nonillion there is in the world. And it's not even in the world. But we're talking about approximately 10 times that number. There are 265 nonillion different possible combinations of these numbers. So what I'm about to show you is probably impossible. But if we turn these cards over, you will see that you successfully, randomly spelled out Shana Tova in Hebrew on the top line.
Let me guess what the next line says.
Can you guess? You want to spell
As
it?
I just told Miriam Wallach, Happy New Year.
It says
feel like I'm sitting here with Zamek.
I told her just now.
Happy N-E-W. And now, Nachum, here is the big question. I mean, you got that one. What do you think is this number 15? I asked you to pick one. You only had one to pick. So maybe I could have arranged it with you in advance that you would pick 15, but that's not even possible because how would I know that none of the first people before you would have picked 15? You picked 15.
I'm assuming it's the NSN logo.
It is the NSN logo because we are wishing a happy new year to all of those NSN listeners! Exclamation point.
Avi?
Impossible magic in an
Avi?
impossible world.
Avi? Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
1 second. Mark?
I know how he did it.
Oh, that's great.
That was fabulous.
Well, Avi, with the Shana Tova Happy New Year NSN listeners all across our screen, I take this opportunity to wish you a happy, healthy, sweet New Year, a Shana Tova.
How come he was able to have printed letters, but wasn't able to have printed numbers on the other side?
Because he took bananagram sets.
Oh.
Hello?
What do you make of the fact that Yoni Pollock's still applauding? What do you think?
I think
He's
he's
like giving him a-
boomeranged himself.
No,
in
it's
his
not
body.
really him. It's a video on a loop. He's at the
Right.
beach.
He's giving him a standing ovation,
I'm
practically.
trying to figure it out.
The way he's reacting. Oh, I figured it out. Trust me, I figured it out. But it's great. And and I love the fact that I guess the NSN logo was there, and it was there. And how on earth I was the one to pick that one, Avi, unless he may know why I have an affinity to 15, but he's right that someone else could have picked 15 beforehand. You could have picked 15.
But why would he? Why would I mean?
Because you saw how people pick numbers.
No, nished. But I'm saying, why would I have picked the 4 numbers I picked?
Right. It's funny. Abraham, we got Mark, we got Yoni with extended applause, Mark with great skepticism,
Well done.
obviously. Abraham, we need your assessment of Avi Fryer's performance. Go right ahead, sir.
Thought it was very entertaining.
Avrami, so great.
And the AARP crowd has been heard from. Thank you, Avrami.
Listen, my walk away is I knew 30 factorial. I'm good after that.
By the way, I want you to know something. I knew that also, which means that, yeah, that's the only thing I've retained from high school.